some of these tickets here. Soothsayer Hermit is a really, really sweet card. Epidemic's really powerful. Ritual of the Elements, Hammerfang is powerful. Aetherphage got nerfed, so it's not really strong, and spells aren't really good in draft anyways. But Soothsayer Hermit, I think, is really strong in draft. This guy's like cast a Tempest spell. Yeah, we ain't doing that shit. We're playing Soothsayer Hermit, baby. We could go kind of on the beatdown plan a little bit more, take you Pterodon Mauler. I like Stegodon a little bit more in general, but I mean, the other thing that Stegodon has going for it is it has some synergies with Soothsayer Hermit, because Steg wants to be drawn at a particular time. He wants to be drawn on the 0.4s. I kind of just want to... Nah, I mean, this isn't really playing to beat down. This is playing... This card just is insane in player level 3. So let's take Steg, and we'll play for a longer game here. I think Siren is actually a reasonable pick. Tower Scout's good, but yeah, I want to take Siren. I think I will take Scout Drone. There's a lot of cards that level things, and Matrix Warden, to be honest, might just be more powerful, but Scout Drone you're not going to get to play with as much, so we're going to be able to do some interesting things with it. And if we have no other plays to make with Scout Drone, or I'm sorry, to make with Soothsayer Hermit, we can go back and we can get our Scout Drone and we can play it for free. Because Soothsayer works well with free spells. We'll take another Steg. Then we've got Squadron, Pummel Pack. And I think I'm just going to take Pummel Pack here. It means we only want to have one creature out, but we can do that. Matrix Warden's pretty good. Yeah, we'll just take that. Nexus Pilot, pretty strong. Forge Plate Sentry, also good. Level's a little bit better, but let's go solid. Let's go solid on every level. Does this challenge? No, it doesn't challenge, and then it does, and then it definitely does. I was curious how this lines up against Nexus Technician. Is that the right name? Nexus Overwatch. I think I've called it Technician before, but well, it lines up well against Nexus Technician too. Actually, really well against that, but I'm not sure if that's in the draft pool. But it does line up well against Nexus Overwatch on levels 2 and 3, where that card kind of scales off. So I think we could take it. The thing is, it's a big creature, and to be able to play that and play Pummel Pack is really strong. Forge Plate Sentry is a bomb, though, that can go in any lane and give you a lot of... It's also a strong card. I'm going to take Nexus Pilot, though. I like Pulse Mage. Pulse Mage is strong. I'm going to go with Aegis Wings to keep going on the Pummel Pack theme. It's interesting. I don't like Pummel Pack that much, but the more of them you have, the better they actually are. Because you play one, then you play another. This isn't really like that great of an analogy. But yeah, it's good in multiples. Restless Wanderer is not quite what we're looking for, especially in these colors, but Technosmith is pretty sweet. Grab Swamp Moss Lurker, grab Electronet, can grab a +5/+5. I'm just going to grab Swamp Moss. Forge Plate or Wirewood Ranger. This goes a little bit more with the theme of pumping something up really big. This goes along with the fact that the creature, or that the pump spells grant armor. So both of these are good. I'm going to go with Wirewood Ranger. And I'm going to go with Ionic War Charger. There is a little bit to be said, I think, for additional Stegodons. If we're trying to grow a creature, Stegodon is one of the better creatures to grow. Just because you hit that rank up, he heals himself for a whole bunch, which will negate some of the work that your opponent has done to bring him down already. But Ionic War Charger is just a better card in general. Do we want Technosmith? We have one card that we care about getting for free, but it's a sweet one. And Technosmith does even work well with Soothsayer. You can draw a bad card that you previously passed on and then leveled it up. I like Technosmith. I don't think I've had to make this pick before, but Technosmith is pretty strong now. And I will grab Nexus Overwatch over Nexus Pilot. I just appreciate leveling cards a lot more, and this card only trades 1 point of health over the Nexus Pilot, which typically isn't relevant, though it is sometimes with +1/+1 effects. What was I going to say? Oh, it can also be played not center lane, and then it's just like a better Nexus Pilot, and you don't level anything. Keep the Technosmith train going. Steelskin Spelunker, I think I'm pretty happy with. That actually does make Pilot significantly better than Nexus Tech. Here we can grab a Bear as a solid creature. I'm going to grab Grove Huntress, though. It affects battle and can help soup up a big creature that we already have going. Shardplate Graft is pretty funny. That is pretty funny. You know what? When else are we gonna, like, this is a really good deck for Shardplate Graft, and it's a heroic, so you have less opportunities to play with it. So, yeah, it seems good. Well, if that wasn't our third Restless Wanderer, wow. I don't care about Jetpack. We're just going to take you Pterodon Mauler, and Restless Wanderers be damned. Here we can grab an Ursine Strength. We are running a little hot on spells right now, but just a little bit. And a +5/+5 is enough to transition our level 2 creatures, or I'm sorry, our level 1 creatures into level 2 creatures when we rank up. Because otherwise we've put all of this armor with Aegis Wings and Pummel Pack, we've put all of this armor on a creature, then our opponent just draws a level 2 creature, and it's like, okay, well, everything we've done doesn't matter. But with just one Ursine Strength, that means that it's good enough to battle with the level 2s as well. Venom Fang is a favorite. Ironbound Reinforcements is a favorite. I can take another Aegis Wings, and I think I'm going to. The more the merrier. I can throw one armor on something, which I actually like this guy. He's a little strange, but I like him. I could grab a heal as well, which I don't think this is a bad card, but we're just going to grab another armor, and I'm going to grab Technosmith over Meta Transfer, I think. Yeah. And I'm going to grab another Technosmith. And we are going to see how big we can make a Technosmith. That's what this draft is. It's the world's biggest Technosmith, the biggest Techno you've ever seen, at least since they've nerfed it. Because Technosmith, I think, used to be a 1918 on the 3rd player level. Maybe an 1818. Oh, yeah, it was a 2288, 1818. Well, we don't really get value out of Soothsayer Hermit here, but it's hard not to play it because it is level gated. So yeah, we're going to go with that. We can Aegis Wings. That'll be pretty strong, I think. And then I can Technosmith to trade with one of their plays, leveling Grove, Glowhive Siren. So Aegis Wings is going to make this into a positive battle. And then Technosmith can at least draw out the Wildfire Maiden. I think we want no damage on our Soothsayer Hermit, as crazy as that sounds. So They're going to be able to take this out, but we don't care that much because we've... And maybe I should have ate their guy, because they're going to be able to take this out regardless. But at least it makes them do some work. If I had just blocked here, they would have been able to take this out without doing anything to it. So yeah, at least this keeps them honest, right? I don't know why I was thinking Wildfire Maiden was the same as Firestorm, and that it would deal the damage to them as well, because it is definitely not. So yeah, I kind of messed up there. But that's fine. If they pump here, that's pretty interesting. So now I am kind of... So they do kind of want me to Pterodon Mauler plus Aegis Wings. I don't know if I'm willing to go that much off the deep end. I mean, we can eat this later when we... Yeah, and it only keeps one creature on the field for us, which we want for our pummel packs. So, a little bit of a weird play. Well, we also get Technosmiths to positively battle that. So that's pretty good. Forgot how many Technosmiths we had. Our deck's just going to be super leveled. And then he plays a mobility card, I have to imagine, in the center lane. No, he plays a Technosmith. So I think we'll just trade off boards here. I'm not going to worry too much about this Windborn Hellion right now. It'll be fine. We'll draw something for it later. And I decide I want to level the Technosmith rather than just put Wirewood Ranger in lane 1. I think both of those would have been okay options, though. Pulse Mage gets to eat this, which I don't love when Pulse Mage eats something, but I think it's fine. I could also pummel pack the Pulse Mage. Ooh! I might have to pummel pack the Pulse Mage. No, I'm not going to get to. Yeah, my opponent's doing some crazy shit. Oh, whenever any creature moves. Interesting. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, my opponent couldn't have done everything. They decided to play an Ironbound Reinforcements as a positive battle. So in order to pummel pack here, this pummel pack is a pretty all-in play. But it means no damage on my Pulse Mage. Seems a little crazy, but I don't have any other good plays. So, we're doing some weird shit. Oh, my opponent's got... my opponent has so many creatures out, though, then. It's not too late to go back. Kind of is, because this can just move. Alright, it's too late to go back. All in. This Pulse Mage can buy me some time. We're gonna draw only leveled cards from now on. We've got Technosmith, we've got War Chargers, I don't know what I'm saying. We've got Technosmiths. The whole rest of the deck is leveled. Yeah, my opponent can crash into this and then move both of these post-combat. Means they lose their Windweaver. Yeah, that's a good play from them, though. So 12 is 9 plus 4. So this is reasonable. 8 minus 8 attack. Right, I can actually just do this. We do Techno, Level, War Charger, and then play a Wirewood Ranger. So I definitely like put myself in a really weird spot here, and can definitely get punished for this. I get to level Scout Drone for free, and I don't get to take out this, but I think we're in a good spot still. All right, Nano Swarm to get significantly punished. I guess they played this. Oh no, they leveled a bunch of free cards too. But this isn't that bad. They are going to get to play another card still, right? But I think we're in a good spot here. I don't know why I say good. That's obviously not the word I'm looking for. But I'm not in a bad spot, right? I can use both of my plays this turn to trade off with this. So this is clearly Technosmith level Scout Drone. I don't see how it isn't. That's got to be better than leveling both of these cards, because I am only going to get to play one of these two cards. But I think leveling the Techno or leveling the Scout Drone is still better. Especially with Soothsayer in the deck. I could draw Soothsayer next turn and then play that for free. So do I want to level Ironbound or Wirewood? Let's look at the level 2s. So I'm comparing this against the level 3, which is a 14-12, so about the same. So it's higher upside later into the game, so let's go with this. And I drew Pterodon Mauler, Aegis Wings, and Glowhive Siren. These are all reasonable cards. I didn't draw Soothsayer Hermit. That is still in the deck. He gets Jetpack for the mobility. He's going to hit me. And I'm going to be okay. I've got Glowhive Siren to gain me back some life points. I could also Aegis Wings and then Pterodon here, but I actually want to level Glowhive. My life total's low enough. Yeah. I probably should make less greedy plays against Tempest decks in general. There's I mean, the reason there are times to make greedy plays, but when you make them against Tempest decks, they just have so many ways to push through damage at the late game. Like, even if I stabilize now, it's not going to be great for me. And yeah, that's important to realize. So my opponent's going to activate Wildfire Maiden. So it doesn't really matter that I can positively battle this. It just matters how big my remaining creature survives with. They're going to activate it because it kills this, and I'm going to make them activate it. So I think I block with Grove Huntress, and I pump either Soothsayer or Wirewood Ranger. And this kind of pains me because Soothsayer's so sweet, but I think I just want to level Wirewood Ranger because I have to play for the board right now. Ironbound Reinforcements is good. Nexus Pilot is okay. This is like almost a level 3 card. Yeah, I mean, there's so many cards in Tempest that can push damage, but in general, there's going to be a lot of mobility. Luckily, we can deal with that, so that's pretty good. And we can deal with that before he plays the Windweaver. So that winds up being very, very clutch. And we just have to figure out how we want to deal with the second half of this Windweaver. It can't really stay around and fuck with Ironbound either, so I think I'm going to put the +1 on Nexus Overwatch. And then put the Ironbound. Yeah, because it's going to be able to move over into whatever other lane we play stuff. So I think I like this. Just leveling Pilot is fine. Yeah, he was really far ahead, and he blocked a level 3 against a deck with a lot of ways to pump my creatures up. This hand's pretty good, though. Glowhive Siren, Pterodon Mauler. I do still think my opponent's pretty far ahead. This is going to gain me 8 life. And I'm going to have a 18-9. That's a trade. That's like all you can really ask for at this point is your opponent to trade some cards off for you, and that's a trade. So looks like we are not getting too punished. So the question then becomes, I definitely want to play Glowhive Siren. Definitely. Do I want to play Pterodon Mauler? Would I rather level Ionic Warcharger? Would I rather... I don't really either want to put Aegis Wings on Glowhive Siren. I'd rather Glowhive Siren die. But I could get behind playing Ionic Warcharger. And a leveled up Warcharger in the deck is going to make it harder for my opponent to have setup creatures. Pterodon Mauler is a powerful creature on the board. It means that my opponent is probably going to play another level 3 creature into it. I would imagine that Pterodon Mauler eats a level 3 creature here. And because I'm playing another level 3, I think I'm going to continue in that fashion and just put 2 level 3s out against my opponent. But that's close. I have been watching some of like the replays that I post up to, like, I get the VODs of my stream and then I do highlights and I export them to Twitch and YouTube and Reddit, and I've been watching them. And in that exact same position, I have made a different decision many times. The choice between a good level 3 and just a different option. Well, if he goes here, that would be pretty fucking crazy, wouldn't it be? Alright, so I Aegis Wings and I kill this thing that he just made, right? Otherwise, it's just going to kill both of my creatures. It gets to kill my Glowhive. It just has to kill both of these for free. And I don't have any good cards in my hand. That actually opens me up to be able to pummel pack, funny enough. Which is better than just blocking this. +6. Attack and +4. Yeah. I don't have lethal. I checked. This would be +3. So yeah, we're still a little bit off from lethal. Yeah, I think I like pummel packing this Siren after combat. A 20-23? That's going to be tough for him to deal with. It means I didn't get the life gain that I wanted off of this Siren. Wow. Okay, so this is, like, perfect example. I get really rewarded by just... What does that do? Negates the abilities from a Utera creature? Cool. Alright, well, I don't get my life points anymore. That's interesting. But I drew the same creatures that I was debating about, so I feel like by getting to play them and just press my advantage, I didn't get my life point gain, which is kind of a bummer, but otherwise I'm in a good position. I realized after making that play, I definitely fucked up because I have Aegis Wings in the deck. I want to give myself the ability to move into lanes to counter my opponent's plays, and I might actually just lose the game because of that. If I had put Glowhive Siren in 4, there are no available lanes for my opponent to play cards into. And my opponent goes Matrix Warden, pump Glowhive to kill Glowhive. To not kill Glowhive. Wow. So this Aegis Wings protects this. Oh, I could just move out of there. I could Aegis Wings and smack him in the face. I like that. I could smack him in the face for a whole bunch. He has the ability to remove abilities from my Utera creatures, but that's not going to affect that 39 damage that I'm dealing him. Yeah, I think 39 damage is pretty good. Scout drone for free as well. He needs to pump that a little bit more. He could play a Matrix Ward in 1. That would be a pretty solid play for him. Technosmith. He's going to take another 38. Alright, so what's 39 plus 11? 50. Lethal Scout Drone. Pummel Pack post-combat. Do I assign strength then? I don't think I do. I think I go battle, Pummel Pack. So this card definitely can't be dealt with. And then I play a lethal set of creatures over here. He's got to remove mobility from this and chump block it, and then I hit him for 14. So he has to play that, yeah, that other thing that he had. Cool. This deck's pretty cool. Just make a real big dude, fuck him up. Yeah, Pummel Pack Siren after combat. I don't know if I already made note of your comment, Mongo, but yeah, after combat. Clearly better. Nexus Overwatch and Technosmith. I'm going to level some cards. I could Aegis Wings. And Aegis Wings on a Nexus Overwatch, pretty good. Especially against an opposing Nexus Overwatch. Does that make me change my mind? I don't think so. I don't think that makes me change my mind. It means I would have a 9 armor 2. So it's a 9/7 armor 2. It's going to take 4 damage and be a 9/3 armor 2. So it would have 5 health, but it would have mobility. 5 health plus mobility. But it's also my only creature, which means I could draw Pummel Pack, I could draw Aegis Wings. Alright. Listen, if you're going to draft double Aegis Wings, you got to be ready to play your Aegis Wings. And, yeah, that looks solid. I can make it a 12/7. And then probably just play Soothsayer Hermit. I could play Wirewood Ranger, too, to keep it growing. That's a shutdown, though. So, that's going to shut me up. Soothsayer Hermit, can that grab anything? It can grab a Stegodon, and Stegodon can positive battle the Technosmith. Do we get rewarded for not leveling Stegodon here? That would be really funny. I think I'm just going to level Wirewood Ranger, though. And so let's see, how do we want to play this out? I'll block with Soothsayer rather than block with Wirewood Ranger. Plays around a little bit more, but also just, if he does have the Matrix Warden, I would rather not. I would rather not lose Wirewood Ranger. This probably should have gone in to, I mean, either way, my opponent can formation. Okay, that was a pretty good block. And if my opponent has a formation guy, he does not, but he's got an equally good card here. I also have some good cards here. Looks like it's just going to be Technosmith in the center lane, level either Ranger or War Charger, or Glowhive Siren. So it's really just what you want to level here. So I'm going to play Technosmith. I'm going to level... Wirewood Ranger. Then I'm going to play Steelskin Spelunker. And I'm going to Ranger the Techno so that those two cards trade. Venom Fang is good. Stegodon's good. I've got the rank up here. And Technosmith is good. I actually like leveling Shardplate Graft. I think the level 1 is a little unimpressive. Oh no, Keganga. Alright, well, looks like I'm playing Venom Fang then. And... oh. Okay, looks like I don't have to play Venom Fang if I don't want to. I think I still want to. Yeah. Alright, so let's just do like this. And I'm going to level Shardplate Graft. I could also level Palladium Pulse Mage, and I think that that's good as well. But we did level 2 Aegis Wings. We didn't see any pummel packs, unfortunately, but I do think Shardplate Graft and kind of in general, like, pump spells are kind of good to level. It seems weird, but yeah, I think it's actually true. That's a pretty good play from my opponent there, though. I will have to put... never mind. I was going to say I will, unfortunately, have to put damage on my Nexus Overwatch, but if my opponent replaces Overwatch with Overwatch, that's the main reason I never try to, like, kill it off immediately. There's always more. My opponent played 2 or 3 last game. So I'm just going to level Scout Drone. I'm going to play Wirewood Ranger, and we're going to hope that Ranger can help finish off Pit Guard. It can. We also have Aegis Wings and Ironbound Reinforcements to help do some work here. I think I will be Aegis Wingsing my currently existing on the battlefield Wirewood Ranger, and then playing Ranger, pumping Ranger. Okay, that's the first half. And Ordnance Captain making that into a positive battle. So that's pretty good for him. Wow. Yeah, that kind of stinks. I think that means I just have to play for the board here. If I play Aegis Wings and play this... what else do I have in my deck? 3 Technosmiths. Soothsayer Hermit. That's pretty good. Venom Fang is really good. Matrix Warden is good. Steelplate Graft. This gives 4 armor. So what I'm debating right now is if I play the Aegis Wings, do I kill the Pit Guard or do I kill the Overwatch? I think I want to kill the Pit Guard. Both of them level comparable cards. If I kill the Overwatch, I'm blocking with Ironbound, leveling Wirewood Ranger, and I'm not using this activate. Alright, and we'll activate there. Means our creature survives with 12 health. We didn't draw anything. I forgot what I was going to say. We didn't draw anything. What did I mean by that? Alright, my opponent's playing a jetpack and probably moving over and then playing another center lane creature. I have no idea what I was about to say by we didn't draw anything. Actually, no clue. I can't see my graveyard right now, which kind of sucks. I can see my deck, and I can infer that my scout drone, I'm pretty sure I leveled it up. Common cards can definitely be better in decks than heroic cards. If you're talking about draft specifically, there are a lot of commons that are just solid, like just really solid cards that you'd want to play. The first card that comes to mind, and is probably the best common card is help me out. The 1620. The 1620 that can activate to deal 4 damage to something. It's a 4/6, deal 2. 8/10, deal 3 on level 2. But that might be the best common in the game, and that outranks a lot of heroics. Borean Stormweaver was the card that I was talking about. Magma Hound is also really good, yeah. So I'm going to Soothsayer. I'm going to check to see if the card that I'm talking about exists in the deck. Scout Drone, it does. Oh, Ironbound. That was the other thing I was thinking of. Do I want to just get Ironbound so I can level it up? Yeah, I do. No, because I'm fine leveling this too. Alright, so I'm going to level Shardplate Graft again. And then I'll play this here. Yeah, there's a lot of good commons. I mean, Steelskin Spelunker is one of my favorite cards, too. This guy right here. The heroic cards tend to be splashier. There's a huge difference between Scout Drone and Aloyan Strategist. Aloyan Strategist is a bomb diggity dizzle. It's just the best. And I really want to kill it. I also really want to kill this. 5. Ursine Strength kills this. This is unfortunate. Yeah, Aloyan Strategist. Rotfiend is good. I don't love it as much as everybody else does, but it's good. I know it's on a lot of tier lists, though. So I'm actually just going to take out the Strategist instead of taking out my opponent's other cards. This play really pains me, but... So, if your question is, are there some common cards better than Aloyan Strategist? The answer is no. No common, maybe even no card is better than Aloyan Strategist in draft. But are there commons better than Scout Drone? Yeah. All 3 of these cards might even be better than Scout Drone. Scout Drone is just unique and it exists in an interesting place. Yeah, I don't know if any of these are. I would definitely pick Ironbound Reinforcements over Scout Drone. I would be tempted to pick a Technosmith, and I'd be tempted to pick a Grove Huntress. Scout Drone is good because we have so many cards that go along with it, though. So that is kind of key to realize. So what can I do here? Grove Huntress trades with this, but so does Ironbound. So that's fine. These are going to trade. Scout Drone can trade here, and I might just go over and trade Technosmiths off. I think all those things look fine. What else could I do? Rather than chump block both of these, could Ironbound... No, Ironbound can take out either of these. But unless we like... Yeah, because this has the 3 armor on it still. So, yeah, I'm just going to trade cards off. So if Technosmith and whatchamacallit, sure. If Technosmith and Nexus Center Lane dude didn't exist in the draft pool, then Scout Drone would just be horrible. It wouldn't be good at all. What other heroics do I have in this deck? Soothsayer Hermit I do actually think is pretty good. This isn't a heroic, right? Oh, it is? Yeah. Okay, this card's shit. That's all my heroics. But... Wait, when did this happen? When the fuck did this happen, you guys? When the fuck did this happen? Alright, here's my play. How does my opponent have 2 Alloyant Strategists? We might be okay. No, we're dead. So, I gave my opponent a decision because I didn't want to just open lane these cards. Okay, we can win. Cool. 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 What? He pumped this? I'm gonna take 15 though. Larg. This gives +9/+9. Yet we have to play it. We could just take... I don't want to block this. Oh, this gives +3. That is very helpful. That is very, 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 very helpful. Yeah, in Constructed, Heroics and Legends wind up making up a little bit more of the composition of your deck, and that is mostly due to the balance of the game and the fact that no cards rotate, and there's also like no cost system. So in general, Legends are a little bit swingier and less catch-all. But there's enough Legends out there that you can play a deck that is like mostly comprised of synergistic Legends, and but there's never like an all Legend deck. At least typically, maybe some decks happen like that, but yeah, usually you do have some heroics, some commons and rares in there. I have to deal with this guy, and I can't. Shardplate Graft. I have Shardplate Graft. Oh, I can also shrink its attack. Alright, so I think Palladium Pulse Mage is actually going to be relevant for a lot of the different options that we might have to take next turn. Might just be dead. But I think this is the play that I have to make, right? Because draw a hand with Nexus Overwatch in it. I'm going to have to play Nexus Overwatch, shrink this guy's attack with Palladium Pulse Mage, and then these two will trade off. Wolves. Wolves are lethal, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yep, wolves kill me. Wolves definitely kill me. Yeah, I'll kill this Patriarch. Just to say that I did it, but... yeah, we did. Got a little unlucky there, I think. I'm not sure how many cards we leveled. I felt like our deck leveled a bunch of cards. Yeah, we leveled... played 3 additional Technosmiths in rank 1 and then just didn't draw them during rank 2. We're going to take a whole bunch of damages here. Brace for impact. That makes us 1-1 in this draft right here. Alright, we've got Nexus Pilot and Matrix Warden, Glowhive, and Stout Hide are also good, though. This looks like a solid opening hand, though. Alrighty, so Glowhive can trade with the first half of this. I don't really care about the second half. It's probably enough for me to play Glowhive here. Could also Matrix Warden. I don't really care about Matrix Warden. I think I'll just play a Pilot. Pilot's a pretty good choice for Aegis Wings. If we wait till... Oh, Pilot's not a great choice for Aegis Wings. He will lose a lot of his health if he leaves the center lane. That said, I think that he is still a good card to boot up. He's a 6/8. He's just not a good choice for mobility. I wasn't really thinking about that when I was thinking that Nexus Pilot was good. You think, okay, he's a pilot. He should be able to grab these wings and, you know exactly how to fly around or whatever shit. But I do think I am going to go all in on Pilot here. It's important for me to not remove him from the center lane. But I can still Aegis Wings pre-combat so that he takes 4 damage. And then post-combat Pummel Pack, so he'll have a total of 6 armor now. And we've got a 13-10. It gets -3/-3 if I remove it from the center lane. But I can give it an additional 2 armor next turn, too. That's going to be a lot of armor. Our opponent already has to, like, double Swamp Moss Lurker it to kill it. Though they are in Necrium. So our opponent can relatively easily give it -2/-2. But I think I am going to go all in, especially if they're making Fellwalker plays. Fellwalker makes it very tempting to move out of the center lane, but I'm not going to do that. Definitely playing Steelskin Spelunker. I might play Technosmith rather than play Aegis Conscripts. Well, we're doing that. Would I rather play Technosmith? No, because I think I'm going all in with this Pilot. So I think we just want as much armor as we can give it. I'm gonna give it Ursine Strength. I'm gonna give it Shard Plate, Mutations. I can't really give it Pummel Packs anymore. I can. They're just not great. I could give it Pummel Packs still. Yeah, Pummel Pack's still pretty reasonable. Ooh, legendary. I could move over and kill that, actually. My opponent's going to kill the, this guy, I imagine? Yeah, he does. So I could move over and kill that. I don't know if that's crazy to do on a rank up turn. That's kind of tricky, isn't it? My opponent gets a level 1 creature that I've made. No. A random level 1 creature. Oh, they're just going to get a 1/1. That's fine. I'm fine with them getting a 1/1. So I can level, or I can play Pummel Pact. I can play Pummel Pact. Do I just go all in? Play like Pummel Pact Wirewood Ranger? Open lane? Yeah. Yeah, we're going all in. Just the most all in you can possibly go. Die to Bitterfrost Totem. All in crazy shenanigans. Aegis Wings, Steelskin Spelunker, those are both really good. Well, I have to deal with this eventually, don't I? Called it. Fuck! Okay. I do have to deal with Murderous Necromancer eventually, though. Yeah, because that's going to happen every turn if I don't do something. So I guess I need to do something. I can either Steelskin Spelunker here, pumping the Spelunker, and then Technosmith level Aegis Wings, or I can just Steelskin Spelunker and Aegis Wings it. That seems fine. I'll take 5 more damage. And we're going to go all in on this creature. We know about Vyrix Embrace currently as the only answer our opponent has. A leveled Vyrix Embrace is going to be... What is it, -6? I haven't played with this card in Constructed, so I don't actually know its stats. Yeah, -4, -6, -8. Glowhive lines up well here. Glowhive also lines up well here, so maybe that's better. And just Swamp Moss here to finally trade that off. He's got the Bitterfrost. Yeah, I think I want to save my guy. Especially because I have Swamp Moss in hand. Fuck leveling cards. I know I drafted a bunch of things that could level cards, but honestly, who needs them? They're pretty likely to be able to take down my Spelunker here. All they need is a level 2 creature, and they're like pretty reasonably back in the game. If they block both this and this, though, I get to continue the pummeling and just get a double armored pummel pack plus 2 armor from Aegis Conscripts, and my creature will have 8 armor again, the Glowhive Siren this time. Okay, so he's going for a save on the Grave, save on Graveborn Glutton, which means Ironbound Reinforcements is going to finish off Graveborn Glutton. And then a Scourge Knight's giving -4/-4 to the creature across from it, I would presume. Though he could take out that as well. That is going to mean that this is our only creature yet again. And I can pummel pack it. And then I have the option between Aegis Conscripts here or Ironbound Reinforcements here. Both are solid plays. I think I'm going to go for the armor. The creature's attack is already big enough. So, let's just armor up. I have effectively a 14/14 out on the field right now, though that armor will likely get double up bonuses. Yeah, alright, so that just eats that, and I believe this spawn is in a... Oh no! Grave Pact! Alright, so Grave Pact is going to put an end to a lot of our shenanigans that we would want to do here. We're just going to Nexus Pilot to play the strongest card, And then I think I'm going to Venom Fang this little neuter. So Grave Pact is definitely one to watch out for. At the same time, we can make this card a level 3 immediately. We can give it 18 health, and we can give it 15 attack. A 15-18, it's bigger than Steelskin Spelunker. So that's going to be a pretty reasonable play. And yeah, armor works pretty well against things like that. Chump blockers, like my opponent is playing, are not really great against armor. I'm going to play that pre-combat. And I think I want to Ironbound here. I could Wirewood Ranger too. But I think I just want to Ironbound and make this a threat. Ironbound trades with this 5/5. Yeah, I think Ironbound just puts a more threatening creature out there. Aegis Conscripts is good. Or Sign Strength is good. Aegis Wings is good too. Yeah, I think we just play an all Aegis turn here. Just for the theme of the deck. Bitterfrost Totem kills it off. So it looks like Aegis Conscripts will be pumping that guy. And I think I will play Aegis Wings still. That will give it a total of 6 armor. Would I want it to have a little bit more attack? A little bit more attack could go a long way, I think. Shard Plate Graft is pretty cool. I could also just... no, I can... This is 4 armor. Alright. We know my opponent has Grave Pact. Eventually they will have a leveled Grave Pact, and at which point we've got to... stop messing around a little bit here. But if they have Grave Pact, it's their whole turn. They play a guy, play a Grave Pact. It looks like they might have it. Nope, we're just eating those things for free. Nom 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 nom. And Soothsayer Hermit, I don't think we've got... Oh, but we've got these spells. We've got these sweet spells. Shard Plate Graft. Alright. After this, we'll stop messing around. Oh, we can only get creatures now. I forgot. Alright. We'll grab Technosmith and probably not play it. All these cards are reasonable. My opponent hasn't had any creatures out. Let's play Wirewood Ranger. And I'm going to move back over so that we mostly eat this guy. We're just trying to get the most out of our armor here. And by continually... Well, I guess we haven't been continually moving back and forth, but just by, like, my opponent's making the blocks, I'm willing to make those blocks too, because we get more on-board value. We could have been dealing more damage to our opponent. I guess that's the other way to look at it, is just dealing more damage to my opponent while they dig for an answer. But I think this is pretty reasonable too. Now we have the option of Nexus Pilot or Venom Fang to deal with Graveborn Glutton. They're both pretty good. Alright, well, we definitely want to battle this, because otherwise he gets to make a guy for free. So We don't have to battle just yet, because we probably want to pump this. You know, it's funny if this was it's the exact same play I was just talking about. Like playing the smaller creature while you rank up, or playing the better creature, just for the current board. I'm going to play the smaller creature, kind of because we're about to rank up, but kind of because they're like reasonably similar to each other. This hand's great. I'll take this hand all day. I can level so many cards. My hand's going to be so good for player level 5. It's going to be insane. Yeah, not really anything to talk about here. I'm going to sit down, I think. Don't mind these weird mechanical sounds. Alright, and they have Graveborn, which just barely survives as well. I don't think my opponent's ready for all this, though. Boom. Boom. Oh, and then also take 30. See, we made it look like we were this big, all-in Aegis Wings deck. But in actuality, we're just this Grow-Eye deck. Do we have lethal? No, we do not. I might want to use Aegis Wings so that my opponent doesn't get a random creature, though. Oh, no. It won't get mobility because it won't have the highest attack. We'll only have 10 attack. So what are our other plays? I guess they're really just this, eh? Hit my opponent for 12 down to 18. Means we have to hit them for 6 3 more times. It's doable. It also means we can hit them for 18 once, aka 22. What happened there? Destroy the creature opposing it? What? Oh, nobody told me that. Luckily, all Murderous Necromancer makes is 1/1s against me. So that's pretty lucky. I can't see what this emote is. I have to bump it up. Oh, Dan's game. Gotcha. Can you guys hear that? Somebody is calling the landline within my house. Crazy. Oh, that's unfortunate. We are going to lose our guy because they shrunk it. Well, my opponent is now actually in a pretty good position. So that kind of stinks. I mean, we can definitely deal with their board here. It's just a little unfortunate. So it looks like... Oh no, 4 armor. So I can put 4 armor on something, so I can make something survive this. So I want to go like this. Alrighty. Alrighty. We just need to get 1 creature unblocked at any point for the rest of the game, and we can probably finish them off. we've got enough pump in the deck. I really didn't think this game was going to player level 5, but it's going to be pretty funny when I... Oh, really? Barely hangs on? Alright, well, we've got Venom Fang. Venom Fang's going to do some work. Venom Fang is going to be our only creature. At which point... do we pummel pack it? Yeah. I think so. 12 armor. Alright, so I'm going to battle. Venom Fang's going to go here, kill this, and then receive 12 armor. I do need to kill this off as soon as I can, because our opponent has Grave Pact in their deck. But I think making a big creature is going to be good for us for at least a second here. Alright, that's crazy. Please no Grave Pact to follow up with that. Okay, that's not a Grave Pact. So, I really have to actually clear off both of these, because my opponent is going to get a creature, and it's got a 1 in 3 chance of just killing Venom Fang. Mobility would have been great, but I don't have it. Yeah, so what we need to do is go... Yeah, we just want to kill off both of these guys. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because even just keeping this around, it makes good chances that the Venom Fang is going to go here. So, we go like this. We poison this guy. And then we Grove Huntress, and we put it on the Grove Huntress. There's a chance it was better here, but... Ooh, I can do the Dream Play. That's if it's Forged, right? Yeah. Okay, so the Dream Play is Technosmith, discard Scout Drone, and then in that same turn, Soothsayer Hermit back the Scout Drone and replay it. So we have that as an option if we want it. We also have... that's all that's in our discard pile. Alright, our discard pile's shit. But we also have Ironbound Reinforcements as a play. Luckily, this is going to die for free. Our opponent's thinking a while, which doesn't mean that they don't have Grave Pact, but it might increase the odds of our opponent not having Grave Pact a little bit. I don't know. I'm just going to hope they don't. I believe it is still a level 2 Grave Pact, though. So, alright, there's Vyrix Embrace. Level 3 for a -8, -8. Oh, okay. That is really, really good to know. Jim in chat let us know that if this dies from the poison on his turn, it is still going to proc. And that is when it's going to die. So we can kill it with Scout Drone. Seems worthwhile. Or we could play Ironbound Reinforcements. Would I rather play Ironbound Reinforcements and then chump block this with Technosmith? No, this gives us a better board. So we go Techno, Scout Drone, Soothsayer, Scout Drone, Scout Drone. Alright, that seems reasonable. Aegis Wings is +6, is that right? Oh, +9. Okay. So it definitely gets the armor. And we can make something with 10 armor if this dies. If this doesn't die, then we likely win, because the added mobility for the Venom Fang means that we'll be able to open lane it and, like, double chump block. Depends what his play is, though. He might be able to make zombies or something like that that will keep his creature surviving. Right, he's got the Grave Pact. No big deal, no big deal. And he's got that. How much mobility does it get? Mobility 1. Mobility 1 is not as much mobility as I would like. If I just battle, I put him down to 15. Steelskin Spelunker Wirewood Ranger means it is lethal. Spelunker is lethal. So I have 2 lethal creatures. Is it 15? I hit him for 10. And I have to draw 2 of these 4 cards. I think that that's slightly better here. Oh, shit. I didn't think about that fact. Alright, I think we got a little bit punished there. Still have a lethal Spelunker. But that's probably not going to be enough now. Wow, we might be going into player level 6, and these Technosmiths that I joked about are actually about to be level 3 creatures. That is a trade currently, but it makes that a positive battle. Huh, yeah, the trade is really interesting. That makes me kind of want to put armor here, though. I definitely want to grow wide, and I think I'm in a really good spot here regardless of what I do. So this is a trade, right? Yeah, it hits me for 8 and then 8. But if I give it 4 armor, it hits it for 4 and then 4 and survives. That's got to be my best play then. So that's my battle. And then I can play Techno, or I can play Wirewood Ranger. Let's go Wirewood. I'm going to draw a level 2 Techno here as my only leveled card. Nope. Drew Soothsayer Hermit. Finally, Soothsayer Hermit. Showing what he can do. And I actually drew Wirewood Ranger, so I don't know which of these 2 Wirewood Rangers that was, but potentially got rewarded in that regard here. This guy is lethal on both attacks. That's a very good Grave Pact. That's a very, very good Grave Pact. And they pump this. Good play by my opponent. Very good play. It looks like it doesn't matter, right? Because I go Aegis Wings. Oh, yeah. And we're just going to battle. We won't play our second card here. Please don't miss lethal. Yeah, Aegis Wings gives you a lot of opportunities for lethal. I did almost miss it, right? I wasn't talking about it for a little bit there. I was mostly concerned with what crazy concoctions my opponent was going to pull. I didn't actually think I'd need it. Now, if I remember correctly, I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." And then my opponent actually did play the Grave Pact, and that was when I actually looked at my hand. But before my opponent played the Grave Pact, yeah, I was just excited to finally see a Soothsayer 3, because that was our first pick in the draft. Palladium Pulse Mage, eh? Okay. Yeah, the Soothsayer Hermit was our first pick. Oh, right. Soothsayer can't get spells. I drafted so many spells after picking a Soothsayer Hermit and drafting around it. I could just level cards here, too. Wouldn't it be horrible? So I was kind of moaning the fact that, like, I drew the level 3 version, but it was going to be irrelevant because I thought I just had the game. And then my opponent made a pretty good play. I have to give some props to him. Or her. And, yeah, so that was pretty good. But it looks like we're in a pretty good spot right now with the cards we've drawn. We drew some mostly clunkers round 1 with Ironbound and Swamp Moss. Those are fine to get out of here. Currently 2-1. We're against Sabola. I recognize him from previous drafts in the ladder and such. Main thing with this hand is going to be, do we want to level better cards, or do we want to do the best on-board play? Looks like this is going to trade in 2 regardless. The funny thing is, leveling better cards isn't that different from our best on-board play. Obviously, Venom Fang would be great here. We definitely want to play Technosmith, level up Soothsayer Hermit, I think. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll activate this just because why not? It'll prevent us some damage if our opponent's creature gains Breakthrough. Though, I think I'm just going to Technosmith this guy. It's a 6-1, so what else would I have that deals with it? Matrix Warden? No, it's a Technosmith. Technosmith also does have the benefit of removing all of my creatures so that my pummel packs are better. Pterodon Pummel Pack or Ionic Warcharger Pummel Pack. I could see those being sweet plays here. See what my opponent does, but yeah, I'm ready to get pummeling. So that is a 5 attack creature, which I could gain 4 armor against. That is a relative non-threat. So here's, I guess, where I have to decide how honest I'm going to keep myself. I said that when my opponent is playing Tempest mobility decks, I need to play more conservatively. My opponent is playing a Tempest Defender deck, most likely. This was a defensive card. My opponent's playing for the late game. So I think... yeah, I don't even see what could go wrong with this play. All in. Yeah, I think that's a good play. It's not like by making this play I'm like taking more damage or anything like that. Get to level and play whatever I want next turn. So, yeah, it seems like we're in a decent spot here. And I think I'm willing to just trade off Nexus Overwatches, though I could just eat their Nexus Overwatch. That means I wouldn't get to play my own. I'll just trade Overwatches, hit them for 8. We do want to, actually deal some solid damage on them. That's a good play by my opponent. To overwrite. So because they overwrote, I actually don't want to play... I don't want to play my own Nexus Overwatch. Yeah, what I want to do is... eat their guy first and foremost, and play 2 Wirewood Rangers. So my opponent also tries to make a big threat here. And, yeah, I think it could work out well for them, but they could have like a burn spell, or it could just be something that they start to care a little bit more about in the next player level. There's a chump block, most likely. And let's find out. Was it indeed a chump block? Ooh, Frost Shatter Strike for the turnaround. That's pretty good. And then they move there, so I have to overwrite. Very well played by my opponent. I'm going to go all in now on Wirewood Ranger. And I'm going to eat my own guy. Very well played by them. Yeah, this is a weird card to pummel pack with, because it it means that you're not pumping other things. Yeah. So I could play a bunch of pummel packs pre-combat. But if I play them post-combat, my guy winds up with a total of like 14 armor or some crazy shit like that. Right? If I play one pre-combat, it's got a little bit more toughness, and I take this out. But how much armor does it have if I play them post-combat? I'm just trading armor for health directly. So it's 2, 6 plus 10, it's 12. Alright, let's do it all post-combat. Alright, Soothsayer Hermit. What the hell can that do for me? It can get a scout drone that I can then level with a Technosmith. I don't have any level 2 creatures. It could get a Matrix Warden. So Soothsayer's pretty good here, so is Technosmith. I want to put 2 creatures right here, though, actually. Being in the center lane is pretty clutch. Alright, I want to put 2 creatures right here. I can just play Soothsayer and Techno. and then level the techno. Or not level, but pump the techno. Aegis Conscripts could have been a good one too. Alright, I think we're doing something here. Something's happening. Yeah, I think the level 1 pre-to-kill is fine. It would mean that my guy would have 9 armor right now and 6 health. But I think all that ultimately does is push through more damage while also giving my guy less attack. And I think this play works out better for me, actually. My opponent's going to need something like Frost Shatter Strike, Trial by Combat, something weird like that to actually kill my creature now. I don't think those do anything. Let's see. I mean, he pushes through damage. But now I think I just get to go ham. I'll pump here. And then I'll pump here. And here. And somebody can explain to me if they want why that's wrong to put so many pumps all on this one creature. But, hey, it's sweet. I get to play 2 Soothsayer Hermits now. So I'm very, very excited about that. Soothsayer Hermit has mattered a whole lot. Not really. It hasn't done anything at all. That's a trade, which feels like a chump block at this point. And then an actual chump block. Cool. Yeah, I guess the only question would be, do we want more armor on our guy? He gives +2/+2. Or do we want to give him more attack, potentially? If we give him more attack, we could also Aegis Wings him so that he's lethal in 2. Yeah, now he's lethal right now. Yeah, he just got mobility for the first time with Aegis Wings. He didn't have mobility previously. I probably shouldn't have actually even moved it there, but that's fine. Yeah, I think this is good, just not giving my opponent the time to draw anything. And we are on to... Well, we're 3-1. Here we have Technosmith and the ability to level Aegis Wings. Seems reasonable. I do kind of like leveling spells, as I mentioned earlier. Yeah, yeah, sometimes I have to show my desktop. I don't know if anybody knows. If you know, please let me know, though. How to play Solforge in borderless windowed mode, or anyway. So I'm playing on 2 monitors, and I have it full screened on the first monitor. Whenever I click anything on the second monitor, which is like changing the name of the stream or anything like that, it minimizes Solforge. So I'm not sure what to do for that. If anybody has any tips, though, let me know. Glowhive and Aegis Wings are both good, right? I think how much Aegis Wings gives is like, maybe not. It's been really good for me. I shouldn't be shit talking it. Aegis Wings has been a real bro. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's any way to fix that. I was going to message Stoneblade support. The last time I checked, that was broken. SolforgeGame.com. It is nice that the Solforge icon will blink, though. Yeah, the support button on the Solforge homepage does not work. The side tab, at least. I guess I could just email them directly. I'll do that tonight. Just send a little email. That's pretty good placement. They kind of knock me off of being able to play any setup creatures. Because what I'd love to be able to do, if I play Pulse Mage... Oh, I've got to move back over to see the chat. If I play Pulse Mage to, or in front of Wildfire Maiden, they get to battle and then activate, and that'll kill Pulse Mage. If I play Pulse Mage in 2 or 4, they get to do the same play by moving over Tower Scout. That would leave me with Nexus Overwatch. Though you know what? This guy's going to die regardless, right? So let's replace. And yeah, that's pretty reasonable. Soothsayer is not bad, but I don't think I've discarded anything. Yeah, I could get back a Venom Fang if I need it, or a Grove Huntress if it seems good, but doesn't look like I'll need any of those cards. It is still good to be able to draw it in rank 1. Happy about that. I'm just kind of listening to the wind sound effects that are in the back of Solforge. I turned off the music, but I turned on that little wind sound effect just for fun. The sound effects aren't bad. I'm not sure if I should say I really hate or I really love the sound effect when you lose a game. I don't get to hear it that often, unfortunately, but it really, the sound is like really, really bad. It's like, it makes you feel really shitty about losing the game, which I think is good. So we can keep Wirewood Ranger alive. It will just, and I'm not sure if they're going to activate here. It doesn't look like they're going to. But I can keep Wirewood Ranger alive because I have the Pulse Mage. I just go Ranger in... Okay, well I can just put Ranger there anyways, and now I can keep Soothsayer alive. So this seems fine. Oh, you think that the you win sounds like a loss? Yeah, I don't normally play with the sounds, but I just know that when, like, I watch other streams, people always have the in-game sounds on for Hearthstone in particular and Magic, Magic Online. So I figured I'd throw the sounds on. I don't typically play with them myself. That's why I was surprised to hear the "You Lost" sound, because I legitimately hadn't heard that one until like my 3rd day streaming, because my first 2 days I just won. But yeah, eventually heard about those losses. That was the right play there, by the way, making this guy's attack really big. Um, I can pummel pack. Seems kind of pointless now. I think I am going to level pummel pack, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anybody that actually really cares for the sounds, but, you know, I'm sure the sounds do... They gotta do something for, like, the more casual players. I don't mind the Solforge music. That's fine. Or however that sounds. I don't know. Oh, that's fair. Yeah, just to hear the sound of it being your turn again. Alright, well, we can kill this with Scout Drone plus Ironbound, which means we could Stag plus Ironbound. I think I'd rather Technosmith. Could also Ursine Strength. Start to make a big creature. Nah. And when a friendly creature moves. So he's going to want to move this. So let's say... if he wants to move it to the center lane... 2 damage to the enemy player. So do we want to let him trade? I don't think I care, to be honest. I think he can trade and hit me for damage, and that's fine. Oh, I should have put the... I don't know. There's too many things to consider there. Let's level strength, though, actually. Ooh! Can we do any weird plays with Soothsayer and Technosmith and... Not Scout Drone, unfortunately. Also not Ironbound Reinforcements. Yeah, not really. The only thing that we can do that's kind of cool... We could play a level... Oh, no, we can't play a level 2 Venom Fang or Stout Hide, because that would mean we're playing 3 cards. We can, though, play Soothsayer, get back Techno, play Techno, level Techno. But that's not going to be better than leveling Steelskin. So, yeah, I love Soothsayer. He was our first pick this draft, which I thought was pretty cool. Well, that works out pretty well for them, doesn't it? He was our first pick, but we've yet to actually be able to really get much value out of him. I do have the Scout Drone in the deck that I can potentially get value from him with. 9, 5. So, this is like a kind of small part in the game, but it's always something you want to consider. I'm going to play Soothsayer, and I'm going to play Technosmith. Those are going to be my plays. I think I'm going to block my opponent's 2 aggressive creatures. I think. I'm pretty sure. I've got enough level 2s still in the deck and Swamp Moss Lurker for me to be able to draw and deal with this Tower Scout. So I can keep Soothsayer alive with 5 and Techno with 3 health, or I can keep them both alive with 4 health. My opponent is running Frost Shadow Strike. They have no Magma Hounds. Why not Technosmith in the center lane, leveling Soothsayer Hermit, and then Steelskin Spelunker in 5? That's a good question. The reason that I... Oh, you know what? I do like that play. Alright, I'll make that play. Good idea, like a boss. Yeah, that play's better. I I don't know. Sometimes you just get pigeonholed into something in your brain. You're like, oh, I know I want to play. I know I want to play Soothsayer here, and you just can't think about anything else. Yeah, that play was much better. Thank you very much. All right, so I think that could be good. Hear me out. I kind of want a pummel pack. Urgh. Maybe I still want a pummel pack, but they're gonna be able to. They're gonna be able to blow up my shit if I pummel pack. Though, I could just pummel pack for the trade now. So I've got two options: Swamp Moss and 2, Battle, Pummel Pack. That gives my creature 8 armor plus 6 toughness. They'd have to block it with an 8 attack creature to kill it next turn. And they've got this guy running around with 3 toughness left. Or I Pummel Pack, trade off, Swamp Moss Lurker, trade off. I think I like the post-combat Pummel Pack. If they don't have a level 2 creature, which they've already drawn their fair share of level 2 creatures, and if they don't have a level 2 creature here, might just win the game from this play. So we'll see. They're definitely going to take some damage off my creature. But I've got this card waiting in the wings. I've got Wirewood Ranger and Glowhive Siren. Also is good plays. Oh, that's not enough. Oh, it is enough. They give this the bonus. Wow. Very cool. Then I actually don't like the block, because they can just activate this right now, which means they should have not blocked. Yeah, okay. They still do it. They just lost themselves 14 damage by blocking there. But it was a sweet play by my opponent. 4 plus 7 equals 11. So whichever creature I put here, my opponent's going to be able to finish off. And I think I do want to try to trade off creatures because we are going deep to the end of the player level. I'm going to do it like this. Hopefully Glowhive Siren can give me the life points that I need to stay in this game, and Wirewood Ranger can beef up a big creature for me so that I've got something good on board to pummel pack an Aegis Wing. Nope, he's got the Frost Shatter Strike. Yeah, that was pretty punishing. Oh well. Could still pummel pack this Technosmith. If I'm not pummel packing this Technosmith, what am I doing? Yeah, I like leveling up both of those cards. My opponent has been playing some pretty awkward cards. But my opponent has been making it work and not been getting super lucky. So props to them for sure. Like, I guess I have to pummel pack Technosmith, right? Or what else am I doing here? Which gives more armor. This gives 4 armor. So we will level this. Play this. And play this. So we have a 13-12. It's not a super impressive creature, but we have things like Ursine Strength, Ironbound Reinforcements. Yeah, we got some good cards here. Good cards indeed. Alright, my opponent chooses to hit me for 6 down to 59. They have done half of the work that they need to. This is a +8, which means Scout Drone gets to finish off a Wildfire Maiden. And that's definitely going to make Scout Drone the play here. Or, I'm sorry, Ironbound Reinforcements the play. And then I can Technosmith leveling Techno, or I can just play Glowhive. Actually, I like Techno leveling Techno. It's got higher attack, and the difference between 10 toughness and 13 toughness isn't actually that big. Though that's not true. I thought this was going to 11. Soothsayer Hermit is pretty good. Well, I win. I was going to say we can get back the Techno. So that is what happened. That's what's happened every time I've had Soothsayer Hermit in my hand. I've drawn it, and my opponent has immediately conceded, which I cannot really complain about, right? That's a good problem to have. That my opponent... Oh, yeah. I leveled much better cards than my opponent that game. I think my opponent got a little bit unlucky at the same time, but I did definitely level better cards than them. Every time I've drawn Soothsayer, though, my opponent's conceded, so maybe that's just what Soothsayer Hermit does. I didn't quite read the full text on it, but maybe it just actually makes sure opponents concede. I'm going to level Grove Huntress here. I could level Stag, but I think just leveling Grove Huntress is good enough. Do I want to pummel pack this little Grove Huntress? We'll see. Soothsayer Concede. I should build that deck and construct it if that's all you have to do is get a level 3 Soothsayer Hermit. Seems pretty sweet to me. Ooh, Bulwark Battalion. That's a good one. I kind of want to put Matrix Warden on that. What the hell does this guy do? Okay, this is a Metamind? Oh, no. He got the armor trigger. Okay. Deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. Unless he soups it up. It's got armor 1. So that's a good place for Technosmith to go. This is a good place for Matrix Warden to go. Means I'm going to lose my Grove Huntress. But I think this is better than letting these cards stick around. We just have kills on them. Let's just use them. I will level the Pummel Pack. I think it's just slightly better than Shardplate Graft. Okay, we get to level Scout Drone and probably level Soothsayer Hermit as well. Playing double Technosmith. This deck has a lot of Technosmiths. There's one pretty funny turn earlier in the draft. It was like 3.4, and my hand was 4 Technosmiths and a random card. And it actually wound up mattering. The game got to player level 5. So I just went Technosmith, level Technosmith, Technosmith, level Technosmith. That's really good. And, oh, I missed that, didn't I? Well, that's fine, because I'll play another Techno there. I'm kind of rewarded for playing a Soothsayer Hermit. Gets me a slightly better position on board. Yeah, so I've got 1 there, 2 there. I've got 5 Technosmiths in this deck. I just wanted to make sure I could level this scout drone. Like, this scout drone is getting leveled. Huh. So do we want to play Soothsayer? Or do we want to level more cards than our opponent? I think we want to level more cards. So I'm going to go Scout Drone. And I think I'm going to put Techno in 4. I'm not going to worry about the Bulwark Battalion just yet. That might come back to bite me. We'll see. Yeah, this is draft, so you're allowed to play all the Technosmiths you can find. And I did just that. Alright, I think Spelunker will eventually take out my opponent's Bulwark Battalion. And while we're leveling cards, I just don't want to get too far behind on the battlefield here. It's fine. My opponent can level some cards too. I didn't say it was exclusively my thing. My opponent is also allowed to level cards. I won't deny them that right. But I will level many more cards than my opponent. I think I will level twice the amount of cards as my opponent still, because this wasn't leveled. Alright, that's a real card. And what was the other card that they power leveled? Leveled a Blightwalker. Alright, that's not a bad card. Nexus Overwatch leveling Blightwalker. That is pretty cool. But we're leveling all of these cards and not falling behind at all. Our opponent could definitely make some really powerful synergistic turns here. Or coming up, rather. But yeah, I feel like we're in a good spot. We're just going to draw a whole bunch of Technosmiths. Here we have the same option. Yeah, that beta might win the game, but we might have some other cards that could win the game too. Like a Boss, I am going to go with your play again. I liked it last time. It worked out pretty nice. We're going to go Technosmith in the center lane and then Steelskin Spelunker pumping the Technosmith while leveling our Soothsayer Hermit. That was a great play. Great idea. And I think I am going to put damage on this thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. Beta is definitely good. Oh, you mean about... Yeah. My opponent can... They've leveled a bunch of weird cards. I am assuming that my opponent also has some... Is it called Bulwark Battalion? Or did I just... Pummel Pack. I don't remember what Bulwark Battalion is, but I think that card... I think Bulwark Battalion is a really, really shitty card. My opponent could have some Pummel Packs or something to commando up. They did just level a spell, so we'll see what that spell was. It was a... Not there. Oh, I had to scroll down. Grave Pact. Okay, Grave Pact's also pretty good. It's not as insane in these colors, but still a pretty good card. Card has 15 armor. Oh, because this is another Metamind. Ah, yes. Okay. Yeah, these things are really weird, right? They just, like, ping things. Deal damage equal to its armor. No. Deal damage equal to twice its armor. So this gets to deal 6 to something. Yeah, this is actually a brand new card from the latest mini expansion. So we can take a look at it here for those people that don't know it. Oh, okay, they're all just new cards. I think these cards just came out like 2 weeks ago. But it is a 3, 8, 6, 12, 11, 19 Metamind with, I believe, 1 armor across all the levels. I think this is a display error. I think it only has 1 armor. Maybe it has 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's got 1, 2, 3 armor. Gets an additional armor for each other Metamind, and the other one is a friendly Metamind. and then it can activate to deal damage equal to 3 times its armor. Or, I'm sorry, 1 to 3 times its armor. So Ironbound Reinforcements does take this out. So I think that's going to be my play. I go Ironbound. He's going to activate this to kill off the Ironbound or kill off the Technosmith. And we say that's fine. I'll level Shard Platecraft. Might be how we win. Alright, we got the Scout Drone as the cleanup crew for the Aetherforge Oracle. And we get to either level Pummel Pack or maybe finally play our first Pummel Pack of this game and make a big Technosmith here. Alright, he goes to take that out, which I actually disagree with. I think he should have killed the Technosmith, but we'll see what else he has. He might have a way to give his whole team additional attack points. There's the level 2 beta. Curious if he realizes this Technosmith is not dead yet. I think he might, and he might be playing a second creature post-battle across from the Technosmith. Okay, so that works out for him, actually, pretty well. So Pummel Pack provides us with 6 armor, which means I could eat this up pretty clean. Put the Scout Drone here, and then just post-combat Technosmith and Pummel Pack the Technosmith. What other plays do we have? We could trade off boards. My opponent did level a Grave Pact. That makes things... That makes things kind of awkward. Maybe I just want to play for the board here. I've got a pretty good play for the board. But if not now, then when? If not now, then when? Now is the moment. Oops, that would have been bad. Ranger. So we get to eat that creature for free. He'll have this, but I'll draw another Technosmith next turn to deal with it, or Matrix Warden. That's the same thing. So now on my turn, I can Pummel Pack this again, and then I can Matrix Warden and pump it up even more. And hopefully that is enough and quick enough that it is going to put him a little bit far behind and either deal some damage to him or deal with his beta. I mean, it's also going to be a, like, 25-20 creature or some comparable shit to that. So, yeah, I think this worked out pretty well for us. I took a look at my deck. Other than the Matrix Warden, I had a Technosmith, a Grove Huntress, a Swamp Moss Lurker, and worse come to worse, a Wirewood Ranger. And I also had the Venom Fang, which I didn't see. But I guess I had the Venom Fang in there, all to deal with the Forge Guardian beta. Part of the downside to Forge Guardian beta is that like level 1s can trade with it and stuff. So he's got some stuff on board. We took some damage, but I think that this is going to be a play that results in us getting more on board advantage. My opponent is potentially likely to just play creatures in lanes 2 and 4 here and just completely ignore my Technosmith. In which case, that'll be interesting to see how that works out, because I think I'm all in on this Technosmith right now. I'm going to play every Pummel Pack and Ursine Strength and Shard Plate Graft that I draw onto it. And an Aegis Wings would be good as well. But yeah, mostly we want to get as much armor as we can onto this. That's why if you heard me say earlier, when deciding what to level, though now I can't remember what I leveled, because I see this Aegis Wings and this Aegis Conscripts both haven't been leveled. I thought I was debating which of these two cards gave more armor, and thus decided which one to level. Maybe that was a different game. Maybe it was just a different game. I don't think my opponent is timing me out here, right? They're clearly there. And did they battle already? Oh. Oh, this looks like something bad. Yeah, that's just one, like, it's just the same copy of the log over and over and over again. Alright. So my opponent's definitely doing some shit here. They drew their cards. This card gets to deal 4 to it, so that's going to negate this armor. I don't love this spot again now that my opponent has drawn their good cards, but I think we just got to go all in, and now we have a creature that's going to trade with their beta if they draw it. If they don't draw it, we've got some good cards in. We drew some good ones here, so that is pretty lucky. Unfortunately, our Technosmith was not able to go in the center lane. We had to eat that 6/2, the Aetherforge Oracle. If it was in the center lane, the Steelskin Spelunker would be the bomb diggity. But, yeah, it looks like we're still doing good here. Steelskin Spelunker eats this. I guess Ironbound Reinforcements eats this, and then we get to put some armor on Scout Drone. That looks bad, but I think that's actually a good thing. My opponent playing Vyrix Embrace, and then that, means that they're not killing it. And that's all that really matters. So we need to deal... I mean, this lines up way too well. Yeah, let's just grow wide here. So, this guy will pump itself. Scout Drone. And then this. Cool. And now we are in a position where if our opponent draws Grave Pact and plays it, which is one of their only few outs, that puts them very far behind on the board. And if my opponent draws a beta, well, we trade with their beta. If they draw a different level 3 creature, we get to trade with that as well. Yeah, sometimes in Solforge Sparhawk, you have to make some plays that look really bad at the start to try to get some semblance of board presence. And it's always a tricky thing, and it's why cards like Aegis Wings and Pummel Pack seem so scary, and I don't play them a lot of the time because I'm like, oh, well, what if? But this is a draft where I just kind of said, during the drafting portion, I decided that I was going to be willing to pump up my creatures. So because of that, I drafted, like, if I just had one Aegis Wings in the deck or one Pummel Pack in the deck, I would be less likely to make the plays that I'm making right now. But I deliberately drafted a deck that had multiple of all of those effects so that I could snowball more effectively on my opponents. Because it's not the first Pummel Pack that's going to win the game. Sometimes if it's like the first Pummel Pack 3. But yeah, it's still the same game that it was, just some new cards in it, I suppose. But that overall strategy is still kind of stayed the same. There we go. We traded with Beta. That's as good as you can ask for. Because Technosmith would have traded with... Oh, we did not. Oh, that was never going to be a trade. Whatever. Yeah, it was never going to be a trade there. And I'm going to continue to grow my damage wide and separate it among different creatures in the hopes that that's the best strategy for us right now. This is maybe the biggest scout drone I've ever seen. A 1410. Alright, they eat that. That's kind of bad. Oh, and then they're just going to get to eat this. Are they? 8 armor? No, they're not. So I can give this guy +6/+6 effectively. I think that's good enough. Oh, I could also give it another +5/+5. I definitely like the pummel pack. Would I just rather also have a Technosmith on the table? Still have another pummel pack in my deck. So, mathematically, 23 is 1/3 of 69. That's got to be a sign, right? That I only have to hit my opponent with this guy 2 more times now. Soothsayer Hermit can get back the Scout Drone, which is pretty good. Or it can get back maybe Matrix Warden. It can't get back... I mean, it can get back Iron Reinforcements, but that's not going to do anything for us. Alright, Bitterfrost, and then he is likely going to trade with it with a creature that he plays. Yeah, that is a positive battle, actually. So I could get my free guy. Oh, you know what the play is? Yeah, Aegis Wings had a chance to finish the game for me. I actually do get to make a reasonably sweet play here, though. It's Soothsayer Hermit. Get back Soothsayer Hermit. Soothsayer Hermit. Get back Scout Drone. So Soothsayer Hermit was actually able to do something sweet here. This guy should have been in the center lane. I fucked that up. But, oh well. I'm just happy I got to make a sweet Soothsayer Hermit play. That was all I came here to do, really. I can go home now. Oh wait, I'm already home. Alright, well, now it's time to play some more Solforge, I guess. Yeah, that was a pretty cool play. Alright, so my guy survives. He didn't have a battle trick. He plays a witch there. Not sure what that's going to do exactly, unless he has like an epidemic level 3. And he's got a tower scout there. So I can I can Ursine Strength to make this guy survive, and it puts a creature on the offensive for me. I think that seems reasonable. Let me battle and then just look at these numbers. They're both at 6. I could put one to 9 and give him more awkward blocks. I'll just play a Technosmith. Should have played it in the center lane. What am I doing? Oh, God. I just refuse to play my creatures in the center lane right now. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Oh, it's been a long day. Played a lot of Solforge today. So, I don't know. That's not excusable. I'm used to, like, you put creatures on one side and then you put creatures on the other side. That's, like, generally the right call. And it's also generally the right call because you want to keep your center lane open. This deck has an Overwatch and a Pilot of the Nexus variety, but I haven't leveled those cards. So, yeah, but because I have a Steelskin Spelunker that's level 4 or level 3 in the deck, that 4 armor is worth more to me than my opponent being able to play his own Nexus Pilot. Like, my opponent plays a Nexus Pilot in the center lane, it's 6 attack compared to 3 attack, but I get 4 armor compared to 0 armor. So, yeah, if I was able to Spelunk this and Matrix Ward in it, it would just be a much bigger creature already. So, yeah, just kind of silly. It seems like my opponent might concede, though they've been using their time fairly. Every once in a while, they use a few seconds off their clock and think about their turn. There's no reason for them to concede here either. I gave them a pretty reasonable board to deal with. It's 2 active creatures. Yeah, if they don't concede, I get to hit them for Matrix Warden with a +10 attack, which will kill them in 2 hits. Yeah, they were just figuring out how they wanted to block there then. So they get a positive battle in there, and they lose the game. That was a pretty close one. But we are... Yeah, Matrix in the middle. I should have put the Matrix in the center lane there. I just wanted to make the quickest play that I could. We are 5-1 now, so I'm going to queue for the next match and just edit my titles real quick. You'll have to look at a desktop for a second, unfortunately. It's a pretty solid deck. Oh, I pressed the wrong button there. Meant to look at the deck. Five Technosmiths is probably the sweetest part. But yeah, we got some cool stuff going on. Play against Decree now. And it looks like we are going second here. So we can Stegodon, we can Venom Fang. I like Stegodon. Stegodon Pummel Pack seems cool. I have enough Technosmiths in the deck that I'll be able to deal with this eventually. I have to watch my life total a little bit because, as we saw in the last draft, A-bombs can be pretty powerful. But yeah, I think this is good. We're going to do a pummel pack over here. I'm not going to play it in the center this time because I only have one. I only have one Steelskin Spelunker in the deck. I don't like it in lane 5 either. I don't think, because we just have so many Technosmiths in the deck that we're going to be able to deal with this. It's not a matter of if, it's just when. I might block it now because it's... Well, now it's dealing a lot more damage, but I would have got kind of punished, I guess, for blocking. War Merchant is pretty good. That's really interesting. So I have to block War Merchant. I'll be able to kill the Strategist. The Strategist might also be able to kill the Nexus Overwatch. But I definitely want to play Stegodon. And I'm going to play Overwatch, leveling Pulse Mage. Alright, here we go. Technosmiths. We got them, boys. The Technosmith army is in. Our Nexus Overwatch is clearly dying, but that doesn't really matter. What we really want to happen is for our opponent to pump up the Strategist and trade the Overwatch with that. Okay, they have the -3/-3. That's probably going to go on the Steg, I think. Yeah, okay. That's a good play from my opponent. Puts us into a pretty awkward position where we are... Never mind. They dealt with their own guy for us, but they also kind of sent a message. And that message was, hey, you think you can play 2 cards and just make one big creature? Well, I got a Grave Pact in my deck. But we took some damage. We wind up trading off with the board, leveling more cards than our opponent. Yeah, we're just in an awkward spot for future pummel packs. Ionic War Charger is fine. Yeah, those are pretty good. Those are pretty good War Chargers. I can't really prevent them from eating a Technosmith, so I'll just play it. Still going to level a pummel pack over an Aegis Wings, I think. I think it's slightly stronger. We have a free scout drone here that we get to level, so that's nice. I don't think we drew Soothsayer. No, we didn't. And we also have Matrix Warden to finish off War Charger and kill War Merchant. So this worked out pretty well for us, I'd say. And just depends what my opponent plays in the center lane, if anything. No, they go with that guy. I might want to take out this guy. 9 is kind of a lot. I do have... I do have all 5 Technosmiths leveled in my deck. As well as Wirewood Ranger. So I'll probably get to deal with that. At the same time, I don't mind just taking 4 more damage, or 8 more damage. There's only so many more times I can say that, though. I don't mind taking 8 more damage. I don't mind taking 10 more damage. Eventually I'm dead. I think it's okay, though. I think it's okay to take 8, just to make sure that we kill his Activate creature. We just draw our cards in a weird order here. Yeah, I think the Venom was good, but I think our other cards were just as good. I guess I could have gone Venom here on the big one. And, yeah, Venom would have done the exact same thing as Matrix Warden. So it was worth considering, actually. Huh. Okay. Not sure. I guess we're kind of punished. And a Scrapforge 1 that we might have to face in player level 4. I think we pummel pack. It's Technosmith, level Shard Plate Graft, and pack it up. So we got a pummel pack here. Some good cards in addition to that. We could take Aegis Wings on the road and start trying to deal with our opponent's cards. Looks like a chump block to me. Nope, they've got it. They did it exactly. Very nicely done. Oh, they didn't do it, did they? Because I have an Aegis Wings. And while I don't love... Aegis Wings and move, I do kind of like Aegis Wings and eat. But if I'm doing that, Aegis Wings is just 2 armor. Which winds up being 4. This winds up being 5. The Ursine Strength might get me more damage, but the Aegis Wings is probably better over time. I could just play both. I don't think I'm just going to play both. So it's what do we value? The armor? So what I'm thinking is the armor is like 2 damage now, 2 damage later. If we armor it up, it's going to survive. Yeah, with 8 armor. Okay. I could not play Nexus Overwatch here. Or if I play it, I could play it in a side lane. I'll play it. I'm just going to draw a bunch of Technosmiths next turn. So now they have to come up with 10 damage to deal with Technosmith. We drew some Stags on the rank up. We still have 2 Armor Smiths in the deck. Drew a lot of... I mean, we leveled 5 additional cards. Or we leveled 6 additional cards, actually. So that's why there's still 6 cards in the deck. And we were able to play 4 cards plus some, like, mediocre other cards. Graveborn Glutton for the trade. Graveborn Glutton for the chump block. Stegodon will heal off 4 health. Technosmith will eat this and level Steg. And we're ahead on board. I knew there was a reason I didn't want to take damage, but then I forgot. Turns out that reason wasn't Scrapforge Titan. It wasn't cards that my opponent had leveled. It was the Graveborn Glutton triggers. I made mention of those earlier in the game, and I kind of thought it in my head. I was like, I feel like I don't want to be taking damage right now. I'm not sure if I said it out loud. But that's a little bit awkward, potentially. Alright, they've got the Voltec. Can Ursine Strength the Steg to have it survive. It's probably better than some of my other plays. I could also Aegis Wings it to survive, but Strength is better here. And then I'm going to go Ironbound, and I'm going to start pushing in damage for the first time myself this game. Put my opponent down to below 100. Yeah! We've got Scout Drone, Matrix Warden to finish off creatures that might block mine. But mostly we're just looking at those Glutton triggers. We are 5 Glutton 3 triggers away from dying. Almost. Alright, well that's unfortunate because Scout Drone does answer this, but we are not allowed to answer the Scout Drone. So I don't want to battle just yet, because I might be using the Matrix Warden on this. Doesn't look like I will be, though. It's going to take 1 damage, and it'll be effectively at 13, which means it'll die to Matrix Warden pumping itself. So I'm going to have effectively the same play as that. Matrix Warden pumping Technosmith. Doesn't play around anything additionally, but just leaves us with a slightly bigger creature. Alright, we drew some solid ones here. Steg, Techno, maybe Overwatch, though I really doubt it. There would be no reason to play Overwatch here. We don't need to level both of the level 1s in our hand. Oh, shit. It's fine. Oh, what did he shrink there? He shrunk this. That's a really good play by my opponent, and they are probably not going to move post-combat. I cannot imagine. They choose not to. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. This gets to deal 2 times. I'm going to do a play that's a little bit risky here. No, I can't. So I think it's better to block the Graveborn Glutton than block the Commando. Problem is, by not blocking the Commando, it gets to finish off the Stegodon that blocks the War Charger, unless I give it an armor. I can give it an armor by blocking Graveborn Glutton with Aegis Conscripts. Just means that if my opponent has a -2/-2 in their deck, they can shoot Graveborn, or shoot the Aegis Conscripts, give it -2/-2. And I know they have -2/-2 in their deck. They played Abyssal Maul. They played Bitterfrost Totem. They're in Necrium. But I think I have to hope to get a little bit lucky here and hope that they don't have it for 1 turn. Because if I don't keep my Steg alive, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like, then I'm just so far behind on board. So this at least gives me something that's a little bit proactive here. My opponent hits me for 6 down to 16, triggers me for 8 down to 8, or something similar. So I need them to roll poorly on their Glutton. How did that kill me? 2 times the armor. So it deals 4 damage. Oh, shit. You know, I knew that in reference to this creature, but I didn't know it in reference to Stegodon. I just brain farted there. They hit for 9 on their trigger, so I'm dead, but what I should do is play my turn very quickly so that my opponent does not notice, and give my opponent a reasonable maneuver to make He could battle, then move over and kill the Pulse Mage. There's a chance that by making my move quickly, my opponent doesn't notice. I think they will. I think they've killed me. And I think that is it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, please follow the channel. I also have a YouTube where I post all of the VODs from my stream, as well as some highlights of... Sweet. Thank you. Always try to stay positive. Oh, there's that creepy You Lose music. I try to even make that positive. It's cool because when you lose, you get to hear the You Lose music. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the draft. Like I was saying, I throw highlight videos up on my YouTube channel, which you can find by searching for No Luck's Given. Or I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays during the day, East Coast time, on twitch.tv/NoLuxGiven. That's pretty much it. Following really does help. It not only lets you see my content and potentially give me feedback, but it potentially unlocks more perks for me on those websites. So while I am trying to grow my channel and that kind of stuff, it really helps. But even just watching, giving me that feedback, and letting me know you enjoyed the content is always good to hear. Until then, have fun tomorrow. Good luck, everybody that is participating in the Titanium tournament on SoulforgeLadder.com. That should be fun. And I will see you on Monday. Thank you very much for watching.